Hey, community. What's up? Here's what's brewing today.
March Madness at the Oscars.
The Little Mermaid trailer.
And Drag Race recap. So get your cups ready for Minority Report.
Hey, community. Welcome to Minority Report. It's Auntea Jerrell.
It's Auntie Duan.
And it's Auntea Jerrell.
Hey, about damn
Hey,
time,
welcome
girl.
back, girl.
Look,
You know, she a professional now, so she
That is
she
true.
had to put us on the back burner and the
She
community.
said,
Y'all gonna wait for me to come back.
girl, she has literally been working. I had my whole ass event that happened at the end of Black History Month, which was like so amazing.
That's dope.
Like there were over like 130 like Black and brown folks from the Seattle area that like came through for it. Like the catering company was Black, the bartender company was Black, the DJ was a queer Black man. Like it was just everything. And Duan, you'll be proud. It had a little bit of that essence of Afrotech. And it was cool because like when I was giving like my speech and just like welcoming everyone in and talking about the purpose of being intentional and creating spaces like this for us and not waiting to just February and making it, making Black 365 like it is in real life. They were like, when I said I was like, it stemmed from Afrotech, the amount of people that were there too that went to Afrotech, so that we were all talking about like your favorite moments and stuff like that.
Dope.
And it was everything. It was everything. People were coming up to me. They're like, oh, how often do you play in these events? And where in Seattle do you play in these? And I was like, oh, honey, this was just a side project for work. I don't plan events.
Well, since you do a plan, we need to come back out to Seattle and do a Minority Report thing out there then. Since you got that leg up in the community.
I'm just saying, I'm trying to put something out there for Pride Month. I want to do an event for Pride Month. So
when is Seattle Pride?
It's the last weekend of June.
Oh, okay, got you. Okay.
Mm-hmm. But we don't have to do. But I don't want to do mine during Pride weekend. I don't want to do it during Pride weekend because that's a no. That's a chop.
We'll figure something out. But welcome back, boo. We missed you.
Yeah.
And congratulations. I'm proud of you. I know that this was, something that you were dipping your toes in and feeling a little anxious about. And I know that there were a lot of cooks in this damn kitchen, but y'all pulled it off, and I'm proud of you, boo.
Let me tell you, it was. At first, I was a little worried though because everyone kept referring it to Jerrell's event. I was like, "Damn, is a nigga a scapegoat? Like, just in case this don't go right? Like, am I like?" And they're gonna be like, "Well, she over there playing this, and there ain't nothing happening." So I was a little worried at first, but it turned out to be the biggest event that we've had at either of our locations in the Americas so far. And so it was cool that it was we that made that happen. You know what I'm saying? Like our people came through. So it was a lot of fun. It was definitely
Black people don't show up for some free food and booze.
Okay.
It's like, it's gonna be us there and it's free food and booze. I'll be there.
Look, and the food company was like a Jamaican, like island soul food. So we had like jerk chicken and also the food was fire. Food went out like this. Let me tell you, some of the surveys, it was funny because some of the feedback was like, well, I didn't get to get any food, but I also showed up late. I was like, see, you gotta be on time.
Niggas.
Because it was the food was it. I heard people talking about, oh yeah, I got like 2-3 plates. I said, no wonder why people was you talking about
later.
2 people.
Period. Someone stashed that to-go plate in the corner.
Look. And they had like these pre-mixed cocktails too. Like it was one was like I call it the grape Kool-Aid drink, but it was like a grape drink mixed with gin, and then there was another one like it was like tea and Hennessy, and there was another one mixed with tequila. So it was just like it was everything. It was.
I don't even know what grape Kool-Aid is. I call it purple.
Purple.
That purple Kool-Aid. What color? What kind of Kool-Aid you want? Purple.
Grape.
Red and purple. Even though there's like 25 different flavors of red.
Okay, for real. No,
Oh,
but it was
Lord.
a lot of fun, and it honestly kind of got me thinking, kind of like Carell, we were talking about a little bit offline, just about like just life and working and just being like,
work is working,
right? Like this can't, like honestly, and in the community, I was saying this offline. Like this whole year, I've just been kind of in this weird place where I'm just like I'm loving having a job. Let me say that first of all, okay?
Because there's not a lot of people who can say that.
Okay, I am grateful, okay?
1000%.
But at the same time, to the other side of the coin, there is a lack of balance in my own life where like literally I'm working Sunday through Saturday, y'all. And like on the weekends, I'm like taking 2 hours here, 3 hours there to still work on, and study for work. I don't count sheep when I go to sleep. I'm studying for this big ass exam. So I'm counting PowerPoint slides to go to sleep, y'all. Okay. Like literally going through. So I remember them bitches back to back to back. Okay. So like my brain is in this place where I'm just like, this is not sustainable. And then to think of the thought of idea of retirement, and I'm just like, how?
And at this rate, they're gonna make us retire at 82.
Bitch. We're gonna be like Jane Fonda, Lily Tomlin, still
still working.
Still working. Bitch. Look, not Auntie Shar though. Auntie Shar she'll be in Italy.
Seriously, legs up, sipping lemonade.
On somebody's table in Greece, still at it.
Honey,
okay.
Opa. With a cane.
Look,
cane and they saying Opa.
Manifest the life that you want to have, baby. Don't let it happen by happenstance.
You're right. You are absolutely right. So
I'm trying to get this podcast. I'm like, if I could do this the rest of my life and it'd be like paying the bills, I'd be one happy camper.
Oh, bitch! I think we're all on the same page on that one,
right? Like doing like the red. Like I want to take like Laverne Cox's spot at the Oscars and Mo's spot at the Grammys. Like that'd be fire. Just to be.
I don't want to take Mo's spot. Only if it becomes available because she didn't got something else.
That part.
Yeah. I don't want to take nobody's spot. I just once they them elevated and got their coins and went on, I want to slide up in there.
Right. I want to be right next to it. We'd be like, hey, girl.
Pass them notes.
Remember back when we was just getting our lives started?
Right.
we had a little old podcast.
Right. Remember we were saying this can't be just life. Like it's like shit, we done did it. So manifesting that too, because work be working. And again, I'm grateful for my job. And 99% of the time, like I'm cool. It's good.
It's just Q1.
Just some days and weeks, you just like, girl, this is a lot.
And how is it March? How is it the middle of March? Like how?
I don't even know where
our
Q1
anniversary is in 3 weeks.
I know. We haven't even had time.
We had 4 years.
Have not
That's
even
crazy to say. That's crazy right there.
Damn.
Where did 4 years go?
Honey, 365 days of the year times 4. Come on now.
Wild.
Let me tell y'all, lasted than 215. Lasting longer than some of these relationships out here.
Whoop. Whoop. How many of y'all can get through like 2-3 relationships?
Right.
Don't introduce 2-3 people to our podcast.
Right.
I bet. Look, for as many episodes as we then recorded, what 200? Yes. This is 214.
15.
That's at least going to be out because there's a handful that didn't make it.
Well, this is true. we all done had some episodes that we thought was going to make the light of day, but honey, by hook or crook, them things didn't get recorded or got recorded, and they got put in the vault.
Disney vault, bitch. That ain't coming out.
So Communitea, honestly, I mean, on that note, thank you for rocking with us for almost 4 years. We'll have some event, maybe some kind of live recording. We got to figure it out here in the next few weeks. So be on the lookout for that. But yeah.
Can I ask a question real quick though before we move on? Like, okay, so I wasn't able to join the RuPaul live show.
Yeah.
First of all, I'm just curious how it went. Number one, and then I want to have just a dialogue about that elimination.
Ooh. It was good. Those are always a key to do. It sucks that we couldn't put it on the screen this time. So we're kind of watching to the side and coming in. But Smithy, hey, shout out to Smithy. Smithy's always there. He's always there for a key of a time, and Chino and just various people kind of came in and out throughout the night. And I think we pretty much predicted it pretty good. I think I predicted it right on the nose. I was like, it's gonna be Marcia against
Anitra.
What's her name?
Anitra.
Yeah.
And so that came to because Smithy was Team Marcia the whole episode. We're like
where? Why? Make it sense.
It doesn't Sasha Colby had her last.
Girl.
For the rest of the season.
Mm-hmm.
We're Sasha the Colby?
Okay. I think he's pulling a little Nas X. He's trying to troll the girls because ain't no way. Ain't no way.
Especially when S titties is still in the bunch. You can't tell me Sasha's worse than STDs.
STDs.
Seriously, it's come on now. But yeah, it was a decent episode. And then obviously the elimination, we knew it was gonna go down because Marcia is sneaky. She's sneaky. She got that dance background that people be forgetting. But then it just made Auntea, you just knew Anitra's a star. Because as good as Marcia did, would it be anybody normally on any given week? But Auntea just has that extra little something that I think they're setting her up to win the season. Honestly, I genuinely do.
She, you can tell a queen that's driven when you watch them perform, and they don't give a shit about who else is on stage.
That part
outside of the little Free Willy jump over Marcia, which was, honey,
hold me,
iconic. outside of that little moment, everything that Auntea was doing on the stage was 100% focused on the judges and just doing her own thing. Yeah. Every single time you have a queen that does that, she's gonna win it.
Yeah,
she's gonna win it. Yeah, and that was wow. I don't know what was better. Was the lip sync between her and Marcia, between Auntea and Marcia, or the lip sync between Auntea and Sasha?
I would have to give it to Auntea and Marcia.
Ooh,
and the only reason why is because here's the real tea. Sasha gave us way more choreography, and she was doing all of this, and she was giving the essence, of diva, but she was not hitting like Auntea was. And I personally thought Auntea won that even then against Sasha Colby. But here's a tea from a producer standpoint. If you have to pick one that's gonna, go this story arc of, going all the way into bond, Sasha Colby ain't doing that. Auntea is the only one of all them bitches who's gonna be able to lip sync all the way through like Jax. That's the only one that
they set her up to win. That's why I'm
that was a producer's pick if I knew one, because Auntea still I mean, what you saw against Marcia is the same thing that Auntea delivered against Sasha, and that's the crazy thing about it.
Yeah. What I really appreciated, and I would love to get your take on this, Carell, on the question about which one did it better. I appreciated the fact that in this lip sync we got to see different things from Auntea, because the previous couple of lip syncs that she's done, whether it's because she was in the bottom or because it was a lip sync palooza or whatever, I was getting nervous that she was a one-trick pony. I was getting really nervous that she was
pony.
Yeah, I was just right. I was getting really, really nervous, but she got some tricks up her sleeve, and it just takes the right song. And honey, that song was the right.
Yeah, that was the right pick for a song.
That was
sometimes Paul's Drag Race be giving some crunchy ass songs.
And what I don't understand, is when you go into elimination, and maybe the next time we have a Rue Girl on, I would love to ask them, to explain their outfit choices and what they're limited to doing when they go to the runway for the elimination. Because if it were me and I was going to, maybe I knew I didn't do as well or whatever, and I'm going to the elimination, I'm going to have an outfit that is going to have something that's going to allow, I'm not going to show up there and I can't move. And then, my lip sync is all jacked up because, I decided to dress like a lightning pole or, whatever the fuck they be dressing as,
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, but like, what were your thoughts on the
on
the two
even
different
on that last little
lip
note,
syncs?
like I would 1000% wear something comfortable. I might even put me on like a little chunky ass, high ass boot to make sure I got at least the palm up, the pads of my feet.
Not a boot.
Kid heel.
Like not a kid. I ain't gonna do a kid heel because I ain't gonna put me on a little mistress heel. But it's like, because the high stiletto, you just can't do what you got to do in a high stiletto.
Yeah.
So I need something that's at least gonna still be height.
Some of us
But y'all know
can.
I came here. I'm about to like do it. But out of the Marcia and Sasha Colby against Anitra, it might. I agree with Jerrell in the sense that Sasha kind of just gave us hairography. I feel like Sasha is such a pageant girl. She didn't want to peak too soon. She didn't want to show her cards too soon. I feel like the next 2-3 maybe I only have maybe 2 episodes left or so, 2 or 3 episodes. I feel like we might see some new shit from Sasha because she wants to peak at the right time coming from the pageantry world. So at that point, she's like, I ain't going to give you everything. I'm going to give you enough that's going to probably let me slide on by and sit my ass back there and drink some bubbly. So I think the Marcia one might have been a better overall performance than the Sasha one just because of that fact and that we're a little later in the game. So Marcia didn't want to go home, so she knew she had to bring some shit. But then Anitra just had that extra little something. And what I loved about the Anitra lip sync was, even though some of it she's kind of done some of those tricks before, there was a move where she was like on like her stomach and she was kicking her legs and just kind of like smiling. And I was like, see, you're enjoying this too. Like, there's just little moments like that when I look at people doing the lip sync that I'm like, this wasn't all choreographed. You're in the moment enjoying this. Mm-hmm. So that little kick and she was swinging her legs. I was like, that's what I'm fucking talking about, Anitra, because it's the musicality to the music. She's enjoying it. She did a little something different. The charm of her doing that, I was like, you know what, Anitra, you might win the season. So I think she might be number 1 for me for the season to win the season.
So that was going to be my follow-up question, which is, has your ranking changed given where we are in the competition? And if so, who would you place as first, second, and third?
I think Anitra's winning it right now. I think Sasha. And then third kind of keeps going in and out. Lux is kind of coming up. She's starting to peak at the right time, where Mistress is starting to have a couple little falters. But I think I'm putting either Lux or Mistress above Lucy and definitely above S Titties.
What about you, Jerrell?
I'm going Sasha, then I'm going Anitra, and then I'm going Lucy.
Yeah. It's wild because I kind of want, I know y'all gonna hate this, but I kind of want Mistress to win it. I kind of want her to win it because it's not to say that it discounts any of the spectacular things that both Sasha. So my 3 hasn't changed. It's always been, Sasha, not in order, but Sasha, Anitra, and Mistress. I kind of feel like Mistress is the dark horse because in my mind she is, and I don't mean to like frame this as like a big girl thing, but it does need to be said, like, as one of the, in my opinion, one of the few big girls that has been on RuPaul's Drag Race. And I would say probably between her,
Latrice Royale.
No, not Latrice. The one that she looks like, that they say she looks like. What is her name? Damn.
They say they look like Latrice?
No, girl. No. The one that they say Mistress looks like. She's like the tall white chick from Alabama or Tennessee or wherever the hell she's from. Yeah, Eureka. Thank you. Like out of, and then also the short one that's funny. I forget what her name is, but Ginger Minch. Thank you. I feel like out of
not the knowing these bitches like that though. Damn.
Because me, I don't remember my name sometimes. So but like I feel like out of, long story short, I feel like the girls, out of all the big girls, I feel like she is the one that that has the capability of actually going to the top and then actually winning it. Like every time that she not saying that she's been flawless, but she's really been able to deliver. And I could see a world where over the next couple of episodes, she just, just goes up the ranks.
And obviously, we're recording this before we see the Rusical this Friday, so who knows? All this conversation might be on mute point by Monday.
Girl, it could be S titties at the end of this. We'd be like, oh damn,
shit, S titties show the ass.
She can't dress for shit, but honey, she can act. She can dance.
But shit, but yeah. So we'll see.
Can I just really quickly just acknowledge that although Marcia did not win the lip sync, and I honestly, had this happened earlier in the season, this probably would have been a double Shantae. Like it would have gone obviously to Anitra, but because of how sickening this lip sync was and how hard she fought, if this would have happened earlier in the season, even like maybe 1 or 2 episodes before, I could have seen a world where she could have stayed. But I just want to acknowledge the fact that she did a phenomenal job holding up her own and just really delivering a phenomenal experience. Because had she lip sync against anybody else in that moment, she probably would have won it.
Yeah.
Like her performance, it's that compelling.
So I know Smithy says she lost, but it is what it is. All right. So let's see here. What else? I mean, we got to get to the Oscars. We don't spend too much on drag. We need to talk about the Oscars.
Okay.
So we'll start by just like all the winners and all that stuff and maybe the people that we wanted to win. First I gotta say, hey Auntie, I love you too.
Yeah, we love you, Auntie.
That moment almost made me boo hoo. It's gonna make me boo hoo thinking about it because just the acknowledgement,
they knew.
That's just like, that black love, like we got you.
Yeah,
you see that unscripted, it makes me tear up. So I'm sure Angela appreciated it, but it was just cool to see that love between just black people.
Everyone wanted to win.
Everyone was saying that because I haven't seen that movie yet. We were going to watch it earlier tonight, and I still haven't.
You still have not seen Everything Everywhere All that.
Girl, this week.
Get on it.
You
are behind. Now I'm mad that you didn't. No, honestly, I'm mad you didn't watch it before the Oscars because now you're going to miss some of the importance of people really wanting to ride for everyone for the Oscars.
I don't think I'll miss that because I completely understood it just from everyone kind of telling me and everything. But
until you watch it,
you know how I am with movies. I'm like, I could watch it 20 years and still get it,
honey. No, I'm not talking about understanding the movie. I'm just talking about like in that moment
the importance
for the
of the
Oscars.
moment.
But given how the Oscars have been doing, especially Asian people for 95 years, and how good this movie is, we've seen people of color being robbed. So I'm just saying, it's just the fact of, and I know you're gonna be like, I'm saying what I'm saying, but the truth is, not seeing it before the before the Oscars would have changed the Oscar viewing, and honestly would have, because I wanted everyone from that movie. I want that movie to win every category.
Yeah,
I love Auntie even over Angela Bassett. I wanted Stephanie to win over even Angela Bassett.
The movie is. I understand that.
It's fan-fucking-tastic.
That's
girl.
Yeah, it ain't gonna change my viewpoint because if anything, I'm probably glad I'm watching it after, just because I'm gonna be like, yeah, I get it. So one way or the other, me, like sure. I'm not the stands about movies like y'all. So.
And to the point, well, no, because the way you two talked about The Matrix.
That's
14
true.
months ago.
There's a handful.
You got it in you, girl. You got it.
Oh, and speaking of The Matrix, let's go back to that one scene. Because you brought it up, honey. I wasn't going to bring it up.
She been waiting.
She opened up that door and we gonna bust it down.
But like the whole narrative of that Angela standing up for Jamie Lee Curtis and things like that, she ain't gotta stand up for nobody. Like especially when like if you feel like you want it, like it's okay to feel disappointment and maybe have it on your face too. Like everyone else feels that in life, going through shit, and it is what it is. So that whole narrative, she should have stood up. She shouldn't have. She did exactly what she should have done what she had to do in that moment for herself.
Honestly, I didn't even see it in that way. I think it was just the reality of being like that bitch was the one that was supposed to win. Everyone else in that category carried their movies. Like Stephanie's character, without her in that movie would have sucked. Without Angela Bassett and Wakanda Forever, movie would have sucked. You know what I'm saying? Like everyone else in that category brought something to the movie that was game changing. And Jamie Lee Curtis' character could have been played by any white woman.
Ooh.
And when you watch the movie, you'll be like, yeah, well.
I mean, you got a point there.
So it's not like she brought anything to it. But you know what? Like I said, she been trying to kill a nigga for 30 years, and she been eating Octavia for like 15 years. You know, they that was a pity vote as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah,
but
she said they're like, we gotta give it to the probiotics girl.
The regular girl. We know she regular.
I'm actually I was of course disappointed that that Angela didn't win, because I think we all were rooting for her, and even though I don't think we all believe that was like her most compelling, you know, actorial performance, it was one hell of a performance for sure. And I'm glad for Jamie Lee Curtis. I loved her acceptance speech. I thought that was, you know, for somebody who had been in the game for damn near 50 years, if not more, you know, to in the twilight of her career, right, and existence, to have this kind of, you know, she old, you know, and good for her, you know. I mean, maybe she'll live to be 125. Who knows? But I'm just saying, like, I was glad to see that she had that kind of recognition for, you know, for her body of work. I think that's phenomenal. And on the notion of, you know, at least Angela Bassett's face, like, I get that these are actors, but they're also human. And, you know, and at the end of the day, you know, people have the right and the ability to express themselves and react how they choose to react. And I know that a lot of award shows are ceremonial in a sense, you know, it doesn't really mean anything, but I think Oscars is a different kind of thing, because you're being judged by, you know, for the most part, your peers in a sense. And so it means something different when you get that validation. And, you know, let's be clear, she at the minimum walked in the door with an Oscar nomination at a minimum. And I feel by far that she's not anywhere near her peak of performance in terms of what she can do on camera. So I firmly believe that she'll have many more opportunities to wow us in the future and get the recognition that she really deserves.
But
I like how Dewan said Jamie Lee is at her twilight and Angela isn't, and they like the same damn age.
True.
I mean, I don't have to tell you you're ugly, because you already know that you're ugly.
I cannot. But I do want to say, Dewan, you brought up a good point that, like, I hear people in the arguments about Jamie Lee Curtis winning, which is like, you know, oh, like, I do appreciate her body of work, but the Oscar isn't for her body of work. The Oscar is for that said movie,
that moment in time,
and that is allegedly what gets me. Right, exactly. That's what it's supposed to be about, because the body of work is the only thing that makes sense. That's the only thing that I can add. Well, and having white privilege, but between the two of that, like, that's honestly it. And the racism, and then, well, actually, it's starting to add up. Never mind. Yeah.
It's like, you understand it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. The math started math.
Like, never mind, I get it, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I was trying to be subtle.
You said, yeah.
I was trying to be subtle in my say, here she come knocking through that door again.
Jesus. But
I will say, I cried real tears though for how you say his name? He Kwan.
Yeah.
Key or K? I forget, but
tears. Yeah, I was literally bawling, and now I feel like Carell about saying like I'm a boohoo because I'm watering up. Like, honestly, like, I was just so genuinely happy for him, and that you can see him. It was nice to see like that human component to someone that is a celebrity. You know, like, just even like seeing him on the Night Show, him being like, at all the awards, I've been just taking pictures with people, being like, you know, like, just fangirling around people. I genuinely love that man so much. And then Michelle Yeoh winning too. I cried again. Let me tell you, I've been rocking with her since before Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Okay, I've been rocking with her forever.
Since
okay?
Ip Man. Since
Girl.
Ip Man back in the day.
Girl, I absolutely love her to death. I
like seeing people win that you could tell the audience wants them to win, like, which means they love the history moment of it, and they just know she's a good person.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you could tell when certain people win, they're like, people are just like, oh, okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Then when certain other people win, people are standing up, people are hooping and hollering, and that's a cool moment, to me. And she's one of those. That whole cast, honestly, but that's cool to me to see that, because that means the room is behind you too, which means that your character perceives yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine for Key, like, so he got no work, as an actor for more than 20 years, and he did work behind the scenes essentially for all this time, but always held out hope, like that his career would recover since he was a teen. Like, I can't even fathom what it must be like to peak at such a young age, like so many of these child actors do, to peak at such a young age, at 20 years old, or even before then, and then have the whole of your life in front of you where you got a taste of that kind of life and opportunities and financial freedom, and everybody wanting a piece of you, and being desired to, like, don't nobody know who what your name is, they don't.
Not Goonies guy.
But you know what I mean? Like,
but to put it in perspective, that was 38 years ago. Like, that's a whole ass life. And I'm with
that's my whole life.
Literally.
Like, bitch, I was
so like
in Pampers.
so imagine being that person, but then also, like, when he, like, talked about his wife, and he's done this at a couple of award shows, and the minute that he started talking about his wife and how she stood by him and supported him and cheered him on, and just was there for him, and, like, it made me boohoo, because I'm just like, damn, could I support my man's dreams after he done fell off, in a sense, for
you like
20,
Tommy, you ain't got no
30
job.
years. And, it's not like he wasn't working, but, like, that, like, I admire that. I admire somebody who has that kind of stamina and wherewithal and personal conviction to believe unfetteredly in your partner, that the career that they once had, they could regain that again, and what could only be described as a lightning in a bottle moment.
It shows the importance of writing for us, representation for us, because it took that group of people to create that magic. It couldn't have been anybody else. And so don't sit around and wait for Hollywood. Don't wait around for Netflix. Continue to work on your craft. Continue to stay diligent. Continue to believe. And then if you create these opportunities for people that look like yourself, this is what could happen, And I hope that's some of the message that people get out of it. Instead of waiting, I got to wait for the Martin Scorsese's or the Steven Spielbergs of the world to give me a chance. No, ho. Write some good ass shit.
100%, and they already have a TV show coming out later this year on Disney Plus as well too.
Daniels?
Yeah, no, not the Daniels, but the main actors from the movie. Yeah, all three of them are in a movie. A TV show.
A TV show.
Oh, because isn't Michelle in a Marvel something? Is she in Marvel coming up?
Yeah, she's in Shang-Chi. But she's in another Disney show with Stephanie and Key. And it's like some martial arts, like, magical show that looks already dope as fuck, because it's way more like kung fu and karate and shit. I was like, oh, bitch. I'm already rooting for it.
That's the way to do it. And I guess we'll move on to fashion, because we'll talk about this all night. Let's see here. If I
shout out to Tim's, who said, "I don't give a fuck, bitch. I'm in the house."
Yes.
All right. First up here, we had to start with Auntie. What do we think about Angela Bassett here?
Gorgeous.
I love it.
Gorgeous.
One of the things that I'll say,
purple is a power color, and it just exudes who she is and what she brings to the table.
One of the things that I really appreciated about this year's Oscars, and for the most part, a lot of the award seasons, that we've seen a return to Hollywood glam and a lot of the like what people are wearing. There are these very classic shapes, but with modern twists in a way that feels so new and so fresh and so body flattering. And people of all different kinds of body shapes and sizes all looked phenomenal, from their color choices to embellishments to architectural moments and things of that nature. It was just, it was spectacular. Like I was hard pressed to find somebody with an outfit that I didn't like, to be honest with you.
Oh, there's a couple. I'll get a couple of them. But okay. Angela, fire. And you know, I liked that she kind of went more neutrals on the face, because like she's been like, Angela could wear whatever the fuck she want to wear and look phenomenal. And like her stylist was saying, we didn't want to put her in the same color twice, we didn't want to put her in the same shape twice. So this whole award season, she's been doing everything: yellows, black, purple, big hair, tiny hair, kitten hair. But this one right here, just perfection to me. Like, this is what you want to see out of your big stars at the fucking Oscars, you know? Mm-hmm. So I'm like, good for you, Ma. Love, love, love. All right.
It does. Let me go back for just a second, though. If I could just give a little bit of a read. It does serve Mother of the Bride to me.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Like, yes, this is that mama that wants to let you know, even though my daughter is getting married, bitch, I still got it.
I still got it.
Yeah. Yeah. She said, I'll pay for this hoe.
She said, I'll pay for all of this. And just so you know where this is coming from.
Right. So act like you got some sense.
And she said, there ain't no waist trainer underneath my dress either.
Huh. I know that's right.
Okay.
All right. We got to go to Halle Berry next. Because she don't came back. You know Halle Berry's always going to come up with a little sexy number.
Yeah.
What are we thinking this year? Did she hit the mark with this?
I loved it. I thought it was like a very interesting take on like a Grecian goddess dress in a way, you know? And she's dressing for herself because she wasn't nominated for anything. So
that part. That part.
That was a... Not that she could have worn that at home, bitch. I clocked you, bitch.
Girl.
I heard.
Okay, first of all, let me just say, will y'all let my reads just be that? Y'all ain't got to embellish. Damn.
Oh my God.
I love y'all so much. Can't get away with nothing.
It's okay.
Girl, look, we your translators on this one.
Right. So weird. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't mad at it either. Like, I didn't know if I liked the roses on the thigh. I didn't mind them around the collarbone, but I was like, maybe she needed that there to weigh the dress down so it didn't show her putty cat. Because that slit is up there. Like, it is one little,
yeah,
it's gone. Make me feel good, Monsters Ball. What'd you think of Jerrell?
I mean, it was cute. I just didn't like the way it's wrapped around. It just, in that little slant, it just, I didn't care about that part. But
next, her hair.
Oh,
I was struggling with the hair if I liked it or not.
I thought it was cute. Because again, she's not there to really. She's just getting out of the house, so she's like, let me get this size 7 roller set going. You know, let me put a little eyeliner on.
Why hasn't Halle been in no movies lately? Like, how is a talent like Halle Berry not getting? I guess so.
No, she was actually.
Like, you know who needs to take note?
She was just in this really good movie last year about like the planet, like the moon crashing or something like that.
I didn't watch that.
That was actually, I recommend it. It was really good. It was actually really good.
We need like a juicy role for Halle Berry again.
I mean,
you need like Halle Berry and Angela in a movie together. Somebody write that. Lee Daniels, why are you writing for Monique? Write for Halle and Angela.
Please don't, because she cannot act. I'm sorry, she cannot. Halle.
You don't think Halle Berry can act?
No, she can't. No, and the only reason why they gave her the Oscars is because she showed her titties. So don't tell me.
I'm so done with you, Dewan.
I'm sorry. They tried to make her be a ghetto girl. How?
Can we get
How?
to next outfit, please? For the sake of Halle Berry.
Oh, Halle Berry. All right. What do we think about Rihanna and her leather outfit?
I'm here for it. I'm here for all of it. No shade, no tea, no nothing. Just I'm here for it.
I'm here for it. I'm here for it too. It's Rihanna. Like, that's what I want for Rihanna. Like, she belly out everything. That's what I mean. It's Rihanna. Yeah. So I'm here for it.
It's what I expect from her. I think her performance looks better than her outfit, but that's just me.
Yeah. How did you think she's performed?
That's why I said I think her performance was better than her outfit.
Better than the outfit. Yeah. She sounded good to me. I was like,
well,
go ahead,
what I didn't like about her performance was her hair, for sure. Because I don't know what the hell was going on. It looked like I don't know what that was.
It looked like they grabbed the wrong wig. They're like, damn, we grabbed the wrong wig.
you know that hair, that hairstyle, that wig that they put on, like, what was that character that Charlize Theron was? She played like a
not Monster.
Yes, that where it was like, it's like the like backwards mullet or whatever.
No,
that's what it reminded me of, just in black. It was not hitting for me at all.
I'm so
done. But this was cute. This was too cute.
I am so done with you. All right, what do we think about Miss Janelle Monáe?
Everything. This was my favorite. This was my favorite of the night. Like,
really? Were titty.
Yeah. She
I thought her skin was like butter.
That was the second part.
Oh my God.
That's what cocoa butter does for you right there. If cocoa butter had a Webster dictionary, it would show Janelle Monáe. Because that's what cocoa butter does. She looks so fucking good.
So damn good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm here for it. I love her. And I love this. I love this a lot.
All right, we'll go with your homegirl, Stephanie. How do you say her last name?
Stephanie Shu.
Shu. Mm-hmm. What do we think about her outfit?
This was underwhelming.
Yes.
It looked very like prom 1999.
I don't know. Did your grandmother ever have those little dolls that had the crochet dress that they put on top of the toilet paper?
I'm so done with you tonight.
You know what I'm talking about?
They went to San Francisco and acted a whole fool.
That's what it looked like.
This is West Coast Dewan, y'all.
This is West Coast Dewan tonight.
I mean, it's cute, but it looks like if you lifted up her dress, you would see a toilet paper roll underneath it. Like,
I'm done with you.
Not the best.
You're right, though. Well, I guess that's a 2. What we think about Deny?
Okay,
oh, don't do it.
I could not help but think of Homeboy from Hey Arnold, the black dude with the fro up top.
I'm so done.
That's the first thing I thought about. I was like, now y'all know.
I'm so done with y'all.
What I appreciate about her hairdo is that obviously it's an homage to indigenous women of certain regions of Africa. I don't know exactly which region, but I know that there is a reference to to African culture and in that style. And I love that she used this as an opportunity to showcase that. And I love like the shape of this dress. I love how hard that neckline is, but it also has the softness of the fringe at the top, and just the way that it cascades around her. Like, it looks if you could make a tuxedo into a dress, this is what that would look like for me. And I was here for it. And her skin was glowing. Oh,
that's another one. Cocoa butter all
glowing.
Yes. I like the hair by itself, and I like the dress by itself. I feel like since the collar line is so dramatic and the hair is so dramatic, they're kind of competing with one another. I would have, if I would have wore this dress, I would have went back to like maybe my bald look or whatever, or had maybe a little softer dress or something, or maybe nothing but that hard of a collar line, and then do the indigenous hair.
Yeah,
that be the focal point instead of like these two so close to each other, kind of competing. At least for me. But I mean, she's always gorgeous to me. Her skin tone is fucking amazing.
She's giving clavicle. She's giving arms.
Yeah. So I mean, it's not a complete boot for me, but it feels like it's kind of competing with one another. Let's see here. In Community, this is probably an episode, at least this portion, you want to watch online because it's hard to kind of tell what we're looking at unless you know who these people and what they wore. Let's go with Mr. Michael B. Jordan. It's a very like classic look.
Yeah, I wish that men would take more fashion risks when it comes to what they wear, you know, to the Oscars. I feel like, you know, like a tuxedo is so like played out, and I get it. It's like, you know, I don't know if this is Tom Ford or, you know, whoever this is that made this, but I just feel like
tuxedo suit community. Yeah. And I get it because a lot of the people say, you know, if they went, well, he wasn't nominated for something, so that's when you take the risk. Because a lot of people say, especially the men, say they want to look back 20 years from now and just say, oh damn, why was I wearing a powder blue suit, you know, or something like that. So I get it, but if you're not nominated or you're you know, with the chance of winning or something, I think that's the time to go to the Oscars and show up and show out, you know, and then when you're nominated, maybe go this route and things like that you know is going to kind of stand more at the test of time. So I agree with you on that point.
I don't know. I have to say this though, like, I understand men not taking a lot of risk in fashion just because for men in general, there aren't a whole lot of options out there for those who identify as straight men. Us gays will wear anything, everything, crop tops, sparkly and stuff like that. But if that's not how you identify or what pleases you, it is very limiting. Like if you're not willing to step out that box, it is by itself very limiting in what you can wear. And let's be honest, I don't give a fuck what this motherfucker wearing, okay? The moment I see his black ass, I want to see him naked, okay? So I'm over here like trying to use x-ray vision and be like, take it off, it's too much, it's too much, okay?
Yeah.
So I'm going to say it's a boot because of the fact I just want to see him naked.
Yes. But here's the thing, Michael B. Jordan's one that's taken risk in the past, like wearing like the harnesses. Even his Vanity Fair outfit had that big ass like flower thing that was on the shoulder, that was on the shoulder of his suit. So he's known to take some risks. This one seemed a little too safe for me.
But I don't know. I think magazines, like doing photo shoots for magazines, is a whole different other risk than walking around and being in something all day. But you're right with the harness, though. I did like the harness look.
Yeah. You know who I thought looked great, and I don't know, do you have a picture of The Rock?
I do. Let's go to him. If I could see. Somewhere. There we go.
Yeah. Now this, in my opinion, doesn't do his suit any justice because this reads more like pink, and when he was on stage, it read more champagne, and the way that it like just cupped his titties and all his like
he did look good on stage.
He looked scrumptious. Looked like
this man could do what he wants to me.
Yeah. And this
he called it ballet pink on the red carpet. He called it, it's ballet pink.
And I actually appreciate this because this is actually taking a risk. It's a shawl collar. It's an exaggerated bow tie. You know, it's a double-breasted formal suit. His pants are a little bit wider in the leg and whatnot, but you know, they have a slight break at the bottom. It feels different and it's not predictable and it looks appropriate for the event.
Yeah. But Harry was the best male dress for me though.
Harry who?
Harry Shum Jr.
Oh, I have him here.
Yeah. Yeah, he's right there on the left. I see him right down there on the left. All the way to the left right there. Yeah. I love this look. I love that there's the Asian infused, you know, history behind it as well too. And this is one of those things where we talk about where representation matters. You know what I'm saying? Yes. Like to make sure that you are showing up in spaces that don't often look like you and being your authentic self. And this is exactly how you do that. I appreciate this and love this 100% up and down.
Yeah.
All right, we'll do one more because I want to get your reaction to Mr. Jonathan Majors.
He looked he about to play a slave movie, and I just can't handle it.
I can't handle it either because he's been slaying the whole season.
Yeah.
And this what you coming to the Oscars with?
Like he looking like,
and he's wearing white socks.
I know, I saw that too.
He had the Michael Jackson socks going. The shoes look like clown shoes.
Like,
the vest is too shiny. I was like, John,
this is one of those suits that you get for your prom. You know, when you go rent a suit and they had a suit, that's got like
not Men's Warehouse.
Yes, honey.
Fitted.
For $125, you can get you a tuxedo with some tails because everybody.
And it's too late to get you the size down.
But you know what though? I think this is a part of the fucking internet and hating on him and dragging his masculinity for that ebony photo shoot. If I'm being honest, I feel like this is because of that.
Because he's another one that I just want to see naked. Like he ain't need to have no clothes on.
No, no.
He ain't need to have no clothes on.
He could blow a bubble up, but the other thing too. Can you show Tim's? Because I really want to show Tim's. Tim's, I loved hers, but we have to talk about this. Before we end the Oscars, we have to talk about the photos of people behind, people looking behind, trying to see the.
Corey didn't know who Tim's was, and so when Jimmy Kimmel was doing that bit where he was in the crowd and you just see her in the background, Corey's like, "Who is that girl with that big ass gown on and nobody can see past her?" He's like, "I'd be pissed if I was at the Oscars."
But you know what though?
Leave her alone. She looked.
But
gorgeous.
You know what though? Like there have been plenty of times when other people have done that to us. So like if you listen, so you come into the Oscars, people gonna be wearing big ass motherfucking ball gowns and all kinds of things. So you shouldn't be coming to see. And if you can't see, then that means that you aren't important enough because they didn't sit.
That's the part right there. That's the part. The people that need to be seen will have a seat where they were. Okay. So the people behind it, the only reason they got shown was because of the fact that she sat in front of them.
Exactly.
So y'all welcome. Y'all better leave
Tim said, I put y'all on. She said,
honey,
I showed up and put y'all on because now people know your face because of me.
She said this song is called Lift Me Up. I'm lifting myself up in these clouds, ho.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? We got to end on this one. Oh, fine ass Lenny Kravitz. This motherfucker, like, he get on my nerves. Like, why he look this good? Why he look this good?
How?
Get on my damn nerves.
I low-key want him and Lisa Bonet to get back together.
I low-key want Lenny Kravitz and Pharrell Revers to get back together.
Back together.
In my mind, leave me alone.
I'm going to say, we skip a step? Hold on, bitch.
Leave me alone.
What else happened on that Valkyria cruise?
Look.
Yeah. Y'all, I would be MIA still if Lenny Kravitz is on that ship. Honey.
I'm not going to say nothing.
That's a whole ass man, Maury.
Yeah.
Oof.
But all in all, I think the Oscars I think it was good this year. I want to say I think Jimmy Kimmel did a good job.
I was curious about your opinion about
the amount of times they slid in the whole Will Smith thing, like, oh, it's because Hitch wasn't here. I'm like, y'all need to leave. It was like Dewan reading everybody earlier today. It was a very subtle, but everyone knew. You just lit that shit right up in there.
And then he even ended the telecast with years since the last incident. Put that shit back to one, and that was the end. I was like, that's fucking hilarious.
I thought it was good.
Some people were mad at him for sliding so much of it in, but I was like, of course you gotta talk about this shit. That was the biggest thing for the last year. That's all people talked about. Are you kidding
they were literally just talking about it days before because Chris Rock did his special on Netflix about it. So it's I don't want to hear that. Why are we bringing up old news? People are still fucking talking about it. It was on everyone's mind. Yeah.
And honestly, what else is he going? Is he going to bring the mood down by talking about goddamn politics? He sure as hell ain't going to talk about anybody in the audience because he don't want to get slapped. So he might as well talk about the one person that ain't there, Will Smith.
A word.
Now, if they do this next year, I'm gonna be pissed. Because if they do this next year,
it's a bit much.
Yeah.
Like, no, y'all need to get some new material.
This was their one chance. This was their one chance.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So quickly too, I know we're already at an hour almost. We saw the trailer during the Oscars of The Little Mermaid as well, and we didn't talk about Halle Bailey and her dress. Which hold on, I'll put this up on the screen while we talk about the Little Mermaid trailer.
Looked gorgeous.
She looked like a princess.
She looks like a Disney princess, like a real life Disney princess.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
now here's my thing. Here's my thing. I would have loved if she had like a mermaid type dress, something that like had like a tail, like a fishtail. Like I wish she just would have played more into the Ariel fantasy, just because of how much shit she's been giving. She's been getting for being the first. She got a whole season
to do it. She might show up at the premiere in a mermaid outfit.
But I'm talking about but this is like Hollywood's biggest stage. Like it's a missed opportunity, point blank. See, I wanted
her in that. I think
I personally would have loved it. And especially since they also just came out with her Barbie as Ariel, too.
I'd be like, go to Walmart. And see mermaid dress.
I would have loved to have seen it personally. That's just me. But this is cute. This is cute.
One of the things that I think that a lot
of the hoochie shorts underneath the
shorts underneath. One of the things that I think I really appreciated about this Oscars is that a lot of people took really bold choices when it came to color, and it, for the most part, paid off for almost everyone. Like, this is a very interesting color of seafoam green, seafoam blue, right? And done in a very delicate kind of way, but it's still giving you that coverage, but it's still showing her as a full-fledged woman. It just, she looks spectacular, really. I have to imagine that Disney is over the moon thrilled with her.
100%.
Over the moon. And
are you guys over the moon with the trailer?
Yeah, honestly, I like the trailer a lot. Her voice sounded, oh my God, it sounded so good. I was like, how am I going to get through a whole movie of hearing this voice?
I'm not.
Yeah.
This voice.
I'm not going to be able to.
Bitch, she came out the water. I said,
right? I was like, you better come out the water with some locks. I want me some locks now. Bitch, I'll be in that shower every day.
One of the things that I was really interested to see is, at least with the trailer, how much of the plot they were going to show. And what they intimated was that this was almost a scene for scene, line for line rendition of the original The Little Mermaid animated edition. And I'm very curious to see how this plays out, because I was just wondering if they were going to take any steps to do any kind of modernization of the storytelling, or, any kind of like twists and things like that. It didn't seem like they did. It seemed like they took a very diverse approach in terms of the casting, but in terms of like the actual story, it seems like they're keeping true to the original. So, that is a risk, because then there's already the comparison of, now there's, black girl as Ariel, whatever. But, now it's just going to be, it would be interesting to see what this looks like when it actually plays on the big screen.
I don't want nothing different. And the reason why I don't want nothing different, because if there's a single thing different and it doesn't land, she's going to be the one that gets the blame for it. They're going to blame her for it. And I do not want that for her at all whatsoever. And for the most part, all of the other live action Disney movies have not been that good either. And it's because they've made some of those changes as well too. Yeah. So I want them to stick to our beloved Disney animated movies, because they are so iconic as is. It's, to me,
they added 4 new songs though already.
Yeah,
with Lynn,
that's what I heard. Yeah,
Miranda or whatever.
Yeah. Which I'm okay with. Miranda. Like 4 songs are different than the storyline, so I can do a couple of more songs.
As long as I get
it's her singing.
La 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 la, don't be shy. As long as I get that, I'm gonna be all right.
With
the fishes doing the Venetian waterfalls.
Yes.
As long as I get that and Under the Sea, I'm gonna be all right.
Yes. But you know who they didn't show in there? They didn't show Flounder. And remember when I showed y'all that picture before, Flounder was not it.
They out there last minute.
Look,
honey,
Flounder was not in that trailer at all.
Wasn't.
Yeah,
and not in the extended one too, because online they had the extended trailer.
Yeah,
and I was like, ooh, they don't kept him and Sebastian out the trailer.
Yeah,
so they might be doing some last minute color correction.
I think so.
Honestly, they don't really even truly need those characters, to be honest with you. Like, they don't need them.
I mean, you kind of do need, especially Sebastian, who was King Triton's, like, you know, conscience or whatever, like, assistant.
You can't even get the whole Under the Sea song.
I mean, that's why they got 4 new songs. They couldn't get Shabba Ranks to come in and do Sebastian, so
they could get LaBouche, Petra. Oh Lord. Community, you know what? We're kind of running long, so we're going to save the Ask Your Aunties for next week. But we do have a community bulletin board, and again, this is from the Ask Your Aunties from 2 weeks ago. So we might even get Jerrell's quick little lowdown on this question too. But again, 2 weeks ago, if you remember, that's the one who pays. So clearly, that question struck a chord with a lot of people because it's 2 weeks of community bulletin boards on this one, and they said, regardless of your sexual position. Regardless of what your sexual position is, you are 2 grown-ass men. If the person asks you out on a date, the date should pay it. Let it be wait, hold on. If the person asks you out and the date should pay it, let it be known that you guys go Dutch. We are gay, not straight. So it almost sounds like it's just like we get the chance to make up our own rules. So why are we kind of doing maybe the heteronormative stuff, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, change the shit up if you want to. But, Drew, I'm not sure if you listened to that episode. The basis of the Ask Your Aunties was...
Oh, I listened to it.
Did you? So what's your thought on gay dating? Who should pay?
No, I don't have anything to say. I don't put out on dates anyways. I don't put out until we dating anyways. That's my MO. So...
but so who dates then? Like, is it the person that asked you then? Or if you ask them, you pay?
No, we're going 50-50. We're going 50-50. Okay. I don't want it to be any mixed communications, or I don't want anybody to feel like they owe somebody something else, or I have to go on another date because now they paid for the last date, so I should take them on another date. If that shit don't work, 50-50, so we can both go our fucking ways and it be a clean slate.
There we go.
All right. And there you have it.
So
D. Jerrell has spoken.
D. Jerrell has spoken. So, community, if you have any more reactions to any Ask Your Aunties, go ahead and feel free to DM us or even send an email to aya@minorityReport.com. If you have new questions that you want us to provide some opinions and advice and insight on for a segment, let us know as well. Send it our way. We're more than welcome to provide our 2 cents, clearly.
Yeah. I mean, truth is, Fizz and I still go 50-50 on everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. We, like, even on dinners, like, everything, like, we will Venmo each other the other half of the money. Like, to this day, we still do 50-50. Every now and then, I'm like, no, I'm treating, this is on me. Like, don't. But we argue over who's going to pay.
Okay. Yeah.
So
anymore, I don't lost count track a decade ago at this point.
Nah, you got 2 independent women who be like, I don't need no man. So that's
right.
How our conversations go.
Look, if you can't pay at least your way, you don't deserve to go on a date. I'm sorry.
That's a word. That is a word.
Amen.
So it is an amen statement. Yeah, I never expected anyone to pay for me.
Yeah,
still don't. Unless like even with Corey, and even though we're married and all that shit, like the law don't make it complicated. But even then, like I still don't have an expectation for him to pay for me. Nor do like I was never one where, and maybe I should because I know folks that be getting them sugar daddies and shit. I'm like, but that was never my MO. Like you said, Jerrell, I don't want to feel like I owe nobody nothing. I don't want to. I don't want that feeling. I don't want no power dynamic. Nothing. Like
Yeah. And to Dewan's point, anyone in the community, if we've ever dated, I say we should go for a walk or we should go to the park. That's because my ass couldn't afford to go to dinner. So I'm with you on that, Dewan. If you can't afford to eat, guess what? That's not what we're doing for this date.
Yeah. So, unless you met on buyababy.com. Look, unless you met on buyababy.com, ain't nobody getting their dinner paid for. Come on now.
No.
Oh Lord! Before we get out of here, are you guys going to watch March Madness?
I
You
am.
know, it's March Madness right now. It's crazy.
I am. I'm torn. I'm torn. So first off, I'm a Duke fan. I love Duke.
Ooh,
I was actually surprised though that North Carolina didn't make it into that. They were
it
the
was boo
first four
boo.
out. I know they were boo boo, but I mean like they still had some notable wins though.
They be
That
they be
like
they be getting in there on the Jamie Lee Curtis clout.
for real though. Exactly. Yep. Yep. They from name alone should have put them in the
Yeah,
tournament. But I'm ready for upset city.
same.
I do. This is the first time I think I've actually liked all the top number one teams. Like I
Okay.
like the one seeds. I've been watching Bama play. Them boys are balling.
And they got
Per,
drama this season too.
yeah, they do. They do. Yeah. Um, and then I like Purdue. I mean, Big Ten, obviously.
Yeah,
Like I rock with
1000.
Purdue. Boyle, Indiana. Come on, you know.
Boiler up.
I have to. I
Yeah,
have
I spent
to.
so much time at damn
Um,
Purdue. I have to as well. I have too many
but
friends that went there.
right, that part. And you know, Houston too. I love Houston. They've been balling. They've been up and down a little bit. They've been a little streaky this year. And then Kansas, I want them to defend the title. You know,
Yeah,
so like I genuinely like all the number one seeds, but every year I'm always for the upsets. I am
yeah.
all March Madness. I live for the fucking madness.
Because that's
So
exactly that's the fun of it, the madness of it,
yes,
and especially as
yes.
time has gone on, there's so much talent now out there that any
Mm-hmm.
given day
Mm-hmm.
you might get your ass whooped. So
It,
it's dope. So yeah, no, I love March Madness. I haven't watched a lot of college ball this year. Honestly, this might be
mm-hmm.
the least college ball I've watched in my entire life.
Wow.
So I like obviously recording on what's today Tuesday this week.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't even filled out a bracket. I'm like, should I do it? Like, work's doing, the little pool. I might just do it
Mm-hmm.
just to do it. But I literally outside like Purdue, I watched Purdue a handful of times.
Mm-hmm.
I saw Bama here and there. Obviously, I saw the headlines with Kansas and things like that. I haven't watched too much. I watched Duke a little bit just because I wanted to see how the coach was doing his first year.
Mm-hmm.
But I haven't watched a lot to like feel confident in my picks this year. So we'll
Yeah.
see what
Well,
happens.
and that's the real tea about it is that even the top 10 have changed and fluctuated so much
Yeah,
this
it
year
has.
that like really it's anybody's fucking game.
Yeah.
It's anybody's game,
Yeah.
especially comes tournament time. So
Yep.
I don't know. I just feel that this is the to me, I prefer March Madness over the NBA Finals or the NBA Tournament, just because the heart that these young men play with is just at a different level than what you see in the NBA. And you don't see as much as flopping and that boohoo and shit that you see in the NBA as you do with college, because these boys are still not boys, young men are
Yeah.
still working towards changing their lives.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like that fight is just that grit is just something completely different.
Yeah, yeah. Like
Completely
I like
different.
both of them. Like I like them for different reasons. Again, I agree with you with the March Madness for that reason, but I like the NBA playoffs because they are finally playing, and these dudes are like the best of the best, and they just do some shit. You're like, these dudes are balling. So that's why I like the NBA
Mm.
playoffs. But I like the madness of March because you do see that hunger and that drive to try to get to that next level. Maybe a little more so than maybe the regular season of the NBA. But it's a good part of the year from March to literally like May, June. It's just good time with just sports years for me. Like you
Yes.
get the tennis
Same.
events, like watching like Indian Wells in Miami right now. You get basketball with March Madness for the college hoops. If you like the NHL, those playoffs are coming up. You'll get spring
Hmm.
training for baseball. Like it's just a lot that ends up going on between these next
Yeah.
few months. And then obviously you get the NBA playoffs and things like that. So community, let us know if you're watching March Madness, and maybe that's what we should have done this year. Done a community pool. Damn. Now I'm thinking about this. It's gonna be too late, but we'll do that maybe next year. We probably say
I'm
this
sure.
every
I'm
year.
sure. I'm sure some of the girls are like, now,
It's
Auntie,
like a
now
little
you know.
sport,
Auntie, now you know. Mm-mm. Without context, mm-mm.
right?
Would
Yeah,
have to be like the best looking team bracket or some shit
right.
like
Hey,
that.
that'll be fun.
Then,
That'll be fun.
then that's when. Mm-hmm.
Seeing them dangles running up and down the court. Come on now, ass shaking. Ow, ow, ow.
Oh my goodness.
Well, community, hopefully you're staying safe out there. It's getting the allergy season too. My allergies are starting to fuck all the way up. But you know, it is what it is. It's a yearly occurrence. Dewan, safe travels back to New York. You out there in San Fran, boo.
Oh, thank you. I hear that it's supposed to be getting some kind of nor'easter coming through, like the
It snowed a little
through
bit today, but then like it didn't stick. It snowed for maybe a good couple hours, and
Yeah, I was looking at the weather coming back, and I was like, well, this doesn't look like a nor'easter, at least in New York.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see. So,
we'll see.
Community,
better y'all than me.
Right. Well, community, stay on the lookout. We'll probably do something for the 4th anniversary here, maybe a live recording, because we like that dynamic of you guys chiming in on what the fuck we saying in the moment. So that's kind of
we gotta do a little wig moment too. Like invite the community to do like the whole wig moment, because we haven't done that in a while.
That is true. True. So if you want to hop in the episode with us and you got a wig on, that's the only way you getting on.
That part.
If you ain't got a wig, you ain't hopping in the episode. But if you got a wig, hop on and, ask us an Ask Your Aunties question live, or whatever is on your mind live, or a rebuttal, whatever you want to do.
You know what I've been looking for? Speaking of wigs, I want one of those like Real Housewives of Atlanta Candy Burris wigs, that looks like a rooster. Like what
she been looking good. Oh, that's what I need
the
to ask
old
you.
school, like
episode? Yes.
Like the red one, like the red.
Old, yes, I've been looking for like something like that. That's what I'm trying to find.
Down here in Philly.
Maybe I might need to hop the train and come on over to your neighborhood and find something. I want one of them little sassy numbers.
And then next week we'll catch up to see if you watched any of the SWV and Escape thing, because that shit is crazy.
It's on my list to watch this weekend. Crazy. Okay. I mean, I know you said that last week, so I said okay. I'm gonna add it. So I added the last 2 episodes. Okay. Ooh. Okay. So I'm down. I'm down for some drama.
Let us know if you're watching it, Jerrell. Maybe watch it too if you want to, boo.
Yeah.
I'll talk about it.
Girl, that was.
But wash your hands, wash your legs, wash your ass, then. Shit.
Bye, y'all.
We'll see you next week.
Bye, everybody.